Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining me for another episode of Tokyo Yo. My name is T, and today we're going to be looking at the yo-yo that I recently ordered from Yo-Yo Store Rewind. This is one that's been hyped for a while, and a lot of people have been asking about it, and I've been curious about it myself, so let's take a look. Oh, there's something extra in here. A postcard, newsletter. This is cool. A couple stickers here. This was something I was supposed to get in the partnership package. Didn't arrive before. This is the Pokeball yo-yo. So actually I'll be doing a review of this at some point. And then the yo-yo that I ordered. So got the Vapormotion here. All right, here is the Vapormotion. This thing looks really, really cool. The box is kind of textured. It feels really high quality. Let's get into it. And there we are. That is the Vapormotion. Interesting. Oh my gosh, this splash is so cool. So this is a black, and then the rainbow disco, I think it's called in English, and then it's just called black and rainbow in Japanese. But it's got the polycarbonate body, and then these metal rims, and that goes all the way through. The whole side is metal. That's pretty cool. I don't know. I heard that a lot of the Vapormotions were glossy, but this feels matte actually. So I wasn't expecting that. This is really cool. And then the dimple here actually is very, very deep. It's a little bit small, but it's very deep. All right, before I string it up, I'm going to turn the camera around so you can get a better look at the splash and everything. And here's the yo-yo itself. This splash is very, very clean, very high quality. I like the way that the polycarbonate looks slightly darker. Maybe that's just because of the cap itself is kind of showing through. And the splash is so nice looking. It's got pink, yellow, blue, green, I believe. It's quite a V shape here, kind of reminds me of like a checkpoint or something like that. A sharp incline from the bearing, and then the end kind of tapers off a little bit. You've got the grooved bearing in there that C3 uses. This thing is gorgeous. All right, I'm going to put a string on this. Let's see how it plays. Okay, so there you have it. So far, this is a lot of fun. The Vapormotion feels really different. I wasn't sure at first what I was going to think of it. It is very, very different feeling yo-yo. When you're holding it in the hand, a lot of times you're used to a yo-yo that has like a deeper cup. But this is so interesting. The cup is very, very shallow. So it has a really interesting feel in the hand. When you're holding it like that, like kind of the way you hold it with your thumb, it's very different. The fingerspin dimple is pretty small in diameter, so actually I locked it in really easily. You could probably see that every fingerspin like locked in immediately. There was no problem with that. And it does feel a bit small, so I thought when I was fingerspinning that there would be a lot of contact and it would kind of kill the fingerspin. But as long as you're not using like the pad of your finger, it's fine. As long as you're using the nail or the tip, it was lasting a really long time, so that's not an issue either. Very snappy bind. I like to put a thicker string in here. It feels like the response could be a little tighter, and I have a feeling that's just because the string is a bit on the thin side, so I'll be putting a zip line in here at some point. It's also really smooth. Like I didn't have any feeling of vibe at all on the string or against the nail. Bearing was really nice and quiet, spins really smooth, seemed to spin for a long time. So far, first impressions of the Vapormotion are extremely positive. This thing is a lot of fun, and it feels really different than a lot of other yo-yos. So very cool collaboration from Magic Yoyo and C3 here. So very exciting yo-yo, and look for a full review of this coming out in probably the next few weeks. So it's whenever I can get around to it. Anyway, boys and girls, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like, a comment, or a subscription if you haven't already. And yeah, have a nice day. Take care, and sayonara.